my way. I'm in flow, I'm okay. I'm expressing the best of me. If you love that song, that is Good Day by Shariya, streaming on your favorite music streaming platform. Welcome to the Affirmation Station podcast, a safe space where we crystallize our waters and speak divinity into our being. Here we have high vibrations, love, liberation, communication, and conscious conversation. I am your host, Shariya Wise. I'm a being who creates to inspire high vibrational living. So as I actively create my perception of heaven on earth, I share what I can and we evolve and get better together. Yes, ma'am? Thank you so much for being here and creating space for episode 1 of the Affirmation Station podcast. If you're listening to me, hello, let me set the vibe for you. And if you are here viewing me optically, let's create the ambiance together. First and foremost, we're going to light our candle. This candle was gifted to me by my mom, actually, and it's called Melanin. It's cocoa butter and cashmere from a brand called Lene Candle Co. For me, it just gives my space a warmth with a hint of sassiness, with a hint of sensuality, with a hint of seduction, and I love that for me. Now, what we're drinking today is spring water from Mountain Valley. Crisp, refreshing, hydrating. We love it. Let's crystallize our waters. Today is a good day. I feel the best that I can in this moment. I'm grateful for the space that I'm creating here on the Affirmation Station podcast with the Wise Tribe. Let's take a sip to that. A little dribble drabble, but it's okay. We're giving authentic vibes. We are not here to be anyone's idea of perfect. We are here to implement and enhance and promote progression, okay? Because the gag is that's how you keep your perfection with consistent progression. Now, before we get into today's episode, I would love to thank our amazing sponsor, the universe, keeping us abundant, offering us joy, peace, prosperity, peace of mind, love, perspective. We love that for us. Hey Siri, set a timer for 22 minutes. Today we're having a conversation about fostering fearless, fertile, and fruitful focus. What do I mean? I'm sure we've heard so many times that your thoughts create your reality, and what you focus on, what you give attention to, will inevitably manifest. And that is what you're seeing because that's what you're perceiving, right? And I want to add a perspective to that. I feel like a lot of times we have an option to see the opportunity in every moment because, whether we believe it or not, every moment is an opportunity. Every moment is happening for our best and highest good so that we can express the version of ourselves that we desire to express, so that we can experience the version of ourselves that we desire to experience, right? And so it's a lot easier to put your focus and awareness on the habitual thoughts and habits that we have been programmed to have a norm of seeing, right? And have a norm of perceiving. But a lot of times, I feel like if we are present enough to see the opportunity in every moment and see how every moment is offering us love, every moment is offering us the highest vibrations available to us. If we were to keep that focus, then we'd see every moment of life in a lens of love, because fear wouldn't even be on our awareness. And if it's not on your awareness, then it doesn't exist to you, right? But I feel like that can also be easier said than done. Many times we can have the habit of perceiving a moment in the habitual way our body is used to perceiving a moment, right? For example, if you're someone who has experienced negative talk, the maybe not the highest or most loving perspectives from the people around you growing up, that may or may not create a habitual habit in your body of feeling unsure in a particular moment, or feeling like you can't trust if something good is supposed to happen from a particular moment because you were molded and programmed to have the perception that maybe things go more wrong than good for you, right? And so now your body, your nervous system is used to expressing and feeling and showing up in moments with the perception of fear, not on purpose, not consciously, rather than love, right? Because of that nervous system programming, our subconscious programming, our habitual way of looking at a situation. And that's what brings me into remaining present. Because you know what, guys, I really feel like our mind is just a vehicle. Our mind is a vehicle that is made to think. We're going to think, you know, we're supposed to think. But our mind is also a radio. And with consistent tuning, daily tuning via mindfulness, meditations, affirmations, frequency, what have you, we can allow our mind to then create a new norm, create new neurotransmitters, create new safety in our nervous system to consistently be so tuned and consistently tuned to a higher perspective, a higher frequency, to the point where it really just becomes our new norm. It becomes the new default that our body settings, our nervous system settings, our neurotransmitter settings affix to and tune to and tune into. How we get that consistent daily tuning via the mindfulness to become a default program is to, of course, one, remain consistent with our mindfulness practices, the practices that we're using and doing and utilizing and implementing on a daily basis to tune our focus, awareness, and frequency, neural subconscious programmings, neural pathways, tuning it to that higher frequency consistently. In addition to that, what we do is remain present, right? Because in the present moment, we can actually be aware of the thoughts that we're thinking, and not that we do anything to control the thoughts that we're thinking, but we acknowledge the thoughts that we're thinking, and we can choose in that acknowledgement, in that present awareness and acknowledgement, to take that focus, take that tune, right? And focus it on a better thought, a thought that's more in alignment with how we desire to feel. You know, a thought that's more in alignment with the version of ourselves that we're working towards every day, right? And we get closer and closer and closer every day. And in the present moment where you can allow yourself to give yourself grace and acknowledgement, okay, this is where my awareness is currently programmed. Now let me use my willpower and the power of my intentional focus to take my focus off of that thought that may not be as in alignment and tune it to a higher frequency. Literally, it becomes, or it's more so of a present awareness, and then creating the habit, right, of acknowledging where we are in the present moment and focusing on a better perspective, because we choose to focus on a better perspective, giving ourselves the love and acknowledgement that we need in the moment where we may not be consciously focusing on something that we can be perceiving in a higher vibration, in more of an opportunistic vibration, and not in a manipulative way or in a selfish way, just in a way of consciously knowing and reminding yourself that, hold on, everything does happen for my best and highest good. And so if I truly believe that to the point where it's a knowing, I will know and remember that every moment is an opportunity. Every moment is happening for my best and highest good. And choosing to perceive life in that fearless way. Also coming back to the fact that fear is just a subconscious programming, but fear only exists if you have fear. Fear only exists if you're tuning in to the frequency of fear, because fear is not real. You know, fear is real if you make it real. Just like the best version of you is available to you and real if you make it real, if you feel the feelings, have the thoughts, adopt the habits of the version of you that you want to be, right? The version of you that isn't in a vibration of fear. So when we're looking at life and we're looking at every moment of life, we can ask ourselves, what lens am I looking at this moment of life through? Is it a lens of love, seeing how this moment is happening for my absolute best and highest good because that's the only option for me? Or is it from a place of fear? Is it from a place of moving from a previous version of you, which makes total sense? Give yourself grace. You were programmed to be a certain way, and now you're in a process of reprogramming yourself to be how you know you can feel, to be how you know you can be, to embody everything that you can embody, right? It takes repetition, right? Just like marketing. I was talking to a friend about this earlier. When we're reprogramming our subconscious beliefs and we're reprogramming our awareness to have a new default, a better default of what we're aware of and what we're bringing and focusing our conscious awareness of, the repetition is just like marketing. When an artist just puts out a new song and they are constantly posting that song, that is marketing, right? When a business launches a new product and you're constantly seeing ads of this new product, that is marketing. You then have to market to your subconscious programmings. You have to market to the norms and the default settings of your nervous system. You have to market to your neural pathways, the desired you that you want to be and not the you that you were programmed to be. We always have an option. Every moment is an opportunity. Every moment is here to help us be the version of ourselves that we have the fullest potential to be. Every moment we have the opportunity to get just a little bit better just because we have the conscious awareness and focus on the fact that we can only get better. And so I'm sharing this to say, in every moment, do your best to remain present. And in fact, let's talk about a good way to help us remain present in our day-to-day lives. The easiest way is literally setting an alarm on your phone for whatever duration works for you. Maybe every hour, maybe every 2 hours, every 3 hours, maybe every 30 minutes. Test it out for yourself. And that alarm is going to literally just say, I am present. And by you affirming in that moment from the alarm that you set for yourself to remind yourself to be present, you're going to affirm to yourself, I am present. And that is going to bring you into the present moment. It's going to bring your mind with your body. It's going to allow you to experience everything that's happening in this present moment in your conscious state of being. Because there can be plenty of times where our physical body is present in the moment tangibly, but your mind may be in the past. Your mind may be in the future. You may be in a moment of disassociation when your presence, your consciousness is not here with you. You are consciously focused on something else while your physical body is here on earth, right? Like I said earlier, our mind is a vehicle. So simply having those alarms, setting those alarms for whatever, repetitive duration works for you. I am present. It will remind your mind to come back to your body and remind you that, hey, I am present. You can use those moments as an opportunity to check in with yourself. Where are you mentally? Where are your default thoughts at this current moment? Can it be attuned, focused on a more loving perspective? Can it be focused on something that's going to serve your best and highest good? Because remember, if we're choosing to see the love in every situation, we wouldn't take things as personal. We wouldn't allow ourselves to spend so much time in lower vibing energy, still acknowledging where we may be in a particular moment. If a particular moment triggers you to feel a certain way, then that is okay. Acknowledge it. You're on earth. You're a human. You're going to feel those human egoic emotions. With ego not being a good or bad thing, just what it is. Ego is your human filter. You may have a moment where you're triggered to feel those emotions, or your body is so used to feeling those emotions See where you're at. Acknowledge it. Give that version of you love, as much love as possible, grace. You were programmed to be a certain way. Remember that. So give yourself so much grace on the journey of reprogramming yourself, reprogramming your focus. Give yourself that love. Give yourself that grace. Give yourself the opportunity to have time to transition as you learn how to transmute those energies, as you learn how to transmute the feelings of previous versions of you. Because also remember, in those moments of you giving yourself grace, you're giving an inner child version of you grace and love and protection. Because at the end of the day, we can be as old as we want to be in age, but at our core, we still have every version of ourselves living, thriving in ourselves. So in this present moment of you being whatever age you are, you can still go back into your internal self and give yourself, your inner child, love and grace. And that's the way you do that, is by giving yourself grace in this moment. Because we're moving from places, we're evolving from places that a younger version of ourselves deemed to be safe. You were molded to have the programmings that you have because in any moment of your life, in a previous moment of your life, that version of you was needed to be safe. But now you are safe. You're safe. You're safe to give yourself that grace and the time and the space to be the version of yourself that you desire to be. And it takes time. You were programmed and now you're reprogramming. And I want you to feel empowered in every moment. I want you to feel empowered in every moment, even a moment where you acknowledge that maybe your focus could be tuned to a higher, more loving vibration, frequency, thought, idea, state of being, what have you. Give yourself love and grace and feel empowered to know that you have the option. And feel empowered to know that even in this moment of us creating this safe space together, that this is exactly where you need to be, and you're always exactly where you need to be, receiving what you need to receive in every moment. You're always on time. Right now in this moment, you are right on time. You are in perfect divine time, divine alignment. So with that, I want us together to take a deep breath, and I want us to visualize all the air that we are filling our lungs and our belly and our being with to be an energy of love, an energy of intentional focus, an energy of grace, and an energy of patience for ourselves as we transition into a more evolved and aware version of ourselves. As we transition into the version of ourselves that has the default subconscious norm to focus and attune our awareness to a more loving and high vibrating perspective. And on the count of 3, I want us all to take that deep breath, fill your belly, and then we're going to hold it. We're going to release that breath together. 1, 2, 3. And hold it. And we're going to release on an exhale everything that is no longer serving our best and highest good. With love, confidence, and power. Release. With that, I want to end this off with some affirmations. So repeat this after me. I am grounded. I am present. I am in my body. I'm focusing my thoughts on who I desire to be. I'm focusing my thoughts on where I desire to be. I'm giving grace to previous versions of me. I'm giving love to the inner child within me. I'm empowering the inner child within me. I am acknowledging the inner child within me. It is safe for me to evolve. It is safe for me to give myself the love that I need. It is safe for me to attune my frequency to a more loving perspective in every moment. It is safe for me to love on me. It is safe for me to attune my nervous system to safety. I choose to take the actions I can to tune my frequency to love. I am doing my best in every moment to remain present. I am love. I am a physical embodiment of love. I express love. I see love. I feel love. I feel the love within me. I see how every moment is offering me more love. And so it is. Doesn't that feel good? I feel so good right now. Thank you for creating space with me as I express that channel, as I express that download, as I channeled the download. Now, if you made it to the end of this episode, you are officially a part of the Wise Tribe and the Affirmation Station podcast community. To the amazing soul on the other end of this device that you are either listening to me on or watching me on right now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the ideas that I expressed and shared in today's episode? Let me know. If there's a chat box or anywhere where you can drop a comment, wherever you're listening to this, please do. I want to hear from you. I want to see how you were impacted by it. And if you have any insight that you want to share with the Wise Tribe community, please share. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. I am your host, Shariya Wise, and I will see you on the next episode of the Affirmation Station podcast. Let's take a sip to that. Cheers.